Oh.
All right.
Hey,
What's going on, live chat?
Salty Seaman here.
One guy was waiting for us, but apparently he got bored.
Yeah, that's what happens with waiters.
What's up, guys? Salty Seaman here, live AMA. Here with former Marine Corporal John Smith, guy I used to work with in Iwakuni, Japan.
Yo, what's up, NSA folk? What's up?
What's up, NSA? We knew each other from
Fuckers.
Iwakuni, Japan. I was his supervisor. He wasn't a very good person.
I was a terrible person.
What's up, Rudy Ray Moore? Hello.
Rudy, Fruity, Patootie. You know what I've noticed is when you start like directly talking to like somebody in the chat, like sometimes people will just leave. They'll be like, "Oh shit, he's mentioning me." Dip out. Because I think most people assume that I'm just talking shit. That's what my live chats are about. But usually my live chats are I'm bored.
Rudy says he is not fruity, so.
Rudy, you're not fruity, but I want to eat you up like cereal. Hey!
I like that your name is Rudy Ray Moore. What's going on, Christian? Hey now. We're gonna start doing Howard Stern shit, because I can do some Howard Stern shit.
All right, or am I Beetlejuice here?
Hit her all the way. Must not be in the Navy.
Nah.
To make a joke. Anyway, yeah, this is my buddy. We were talking about, we just did a video here in a parking lot just for fun about creativity inside the military and once you leave. Talked a little bit about, being a junior in the Marines. Talked a little bit about, mental illness, stuff like it. We touched a lot of fucking topics, man. So he did 4 years in the Marine Corps, Iwakuni, Japan, and Fort Meade, Maryland as a...
Home of the NSA. What's up? What's up, NSA?
You could tell he was a fun guy to work with when I wasn't bailing him out of trouble or trying to keep him out of fucking trouble. My little buddy, I couldn't hang out with him because Marines don't play that. But once we were both out, hanging out in Georgia, we became boys.
Yeah, this is the place. I know we had some pretty big confusions between the two of us.
Like what?
I think just cultural differences between Navy and Marine Corps.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Yeah.
I've been around the Marine Corps, but like until I got to the base, I really didn't get the Marine Corps.
Yeah, and I think there, like, even the longer you stayed, the better you got. But there's still some stories of you being like completely surprised. And I think we got a video coming out talking about one of those times, the drill story.
Yeah, like okay, so one time I got I was like 5 months left in the Navy. I was about to retire. I got put on a Marine. It was like a Marine Master Sergeant retirement ceremony. I'm like in the middle of a bunch of Marines doing marching movements because they do this fucking ceremony like crazy, right? I haven't marched since boot camp or like A school, whatever. It's just like, and we have this young gunny. She just came from the drill field and like she's in charge of me and she's a fucking sweet girl, but she's about at the end of the rope with a Navy guy who has 2 left feet, which was, me since boot camp. I wasn't like I got better 20 years later,
Yeah.
And but I got through it. I didn't fuck it up. Or if I did, it was so minor, no one fucking said anything. So, I mean...
And that's a big culture difference between Navy and Marine Corps. Marine Corps takes drill and marching so serious.
Yeah.
It's very serious. Like, I'm not the most coordinated of people. Like, anybody that could see my, like, anything I do, I'm pretty just, like, I go with the flow, but the flow sometimes is just electric.
But you dance okay. You know where the beat is. Better than me.
That's true. I mean, the basics of dancing is pretending like there isn't music playing.
Like, what did you see different? Like when you were when you worked with the Navy guys. Like, what did you see? Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
You guys, we thought Navy was kind of like, of course, there are different kinds of Navy guys. They're the ones that, like, the corpsmen, who are basically just infantry plus.
Yeah. They got longer hair.
Yeah. And I think, like, everybody else in the fleet, like, kind of looked at Navy guys as, like, kind of shitbags. And just kind of all a little gay, because they all got, like, way too close to each other when working with each other. Like, I swear to God, senior chief.
All right,
you
okay,
can't
so...
lean over my shoulder like that.
All right, I'll say, if you ever see a gay guy, what does he look more like? This or this?
Who trying to kiss me on the lips?
complain about our long hair. It's like you guys have like the gayest haircuts, and nothing
Yeah,
wrong. Nothing there's
that's
fucking wrong
true.
with that. Hey,
And our uniforms were okay. Navy almost wins it with the Donald Duck hat. Navy almost wins
Dixie
the
Cup, baby.
gayest cosplay of all time. But then the Marine Corps comes out and they're like, yeah, look at our trousers tailored to our very muscular butt cheeks. Like, yeah, that's kind of gay.
you guys wear your Charlies like you can't fucking move in them because you got them so goddamn fitted to show off all your muscles, all your butt cheeks. They walk around to fucking.
It's basically
like you can't. They
spandex.
move like this much to fucking formation, stand at whatever the ceremony they got to, and then they go take the fucking thing off.
Yeah, but then like as soon as we take our uniforms off, we're just like we got to do everything to prove we're the mucho manliest of men. We're like get drunk, fight in barracks.
You can tell he's like the biggest, toughest Marine you ever seen, right?
Yeah, right.
For the record, I'm 5'8".
I am 5
Anyway,
foot
we're out
4.
here having fun. You guys have anything, questions you want to ask for us, Marines? Creativity in the services,
Yeah.
inter-service rivalries. You know, go ahead and drop them in the comments section. We're reading all your comments over here. Otherwise, we're just gonna sit here and bullshit because
Yeah, we're
just hanging out.
We're gonna drink. We're gonna smoke. We gonna be boys, in these Norcross streets.
Hold on, let me get it like that. Yeah. So where'd you join out of?
So I'm a Georgia native, born in El Paso but raised in Georgia. So I enlisted in Marietta, like right down the street from fucking KSU.
What year was that?
2013.
Who's the squid? I'm the squid. He's the Marine.
I'm the Marine. Yeah. If you can't tell, I have an inferiority complex due to being short, so I had to join the Marine Corps to do the same job as this sailor.
Yeah. So you went through like what year was it?
2013 is when I went to boot camp.
So like what was driving you to go in?
So as a kid, like, I got bullied a lot. And some of my best friends were bullies, because that's just how bullied people roll. And my best friend, Bully, of course, bullies love joining the Marine Corps. So he goes, you're a pussy if you don't join the Marines. You're this, you're that. And I go, okay, I'll join the Marine Corps. And there I went.
At what point did you immediately regret your decision?
I regretted my decision. I think there was the first 20 minutes of boot camp was really fun, and then it was when I was alone. I started crying and regretting life.
Loaded one, how's the commander-in-chief? Am I the loaded one?
Am I the loaded one? Okay.
Oh.
How's the commander-in-chief? Shit. Trump's under pressure. Trump's stressed. Saying some dumb shit, but like, who doesn't say dumb shit? I say dumb shit more than everybody else. The best thing about the commander-in-chief is that the commander-in-chief doesn't really fucking do much in terms of the military.
I'm really looking forward to when Mattis is, feels he is free to speak on all matters.
Devil Dog, General Mattis, General James Mattis.
Best fucking thing
You know,
they had, and they fucked it up.
That was
So
one
just
of the
think
best
is stolen valor within the military. Oh fuck yeah, there
things. Stolen valor.
are. Inside.
Inside. Okay.
I got a
so,
story for that.
Of course.
Go ahead for it.
Like, I've met Marines who... I met a Marine, and I can only tell this story because it's so far removed from the event, like, time-wise. And location-wise, this fucking weirdo won't be finding me, and if he does, like, yo, props.
All right, get the story.
Story. Okay, so I was going back to DIMFOS in...
Defense Information School. That's where we go to
Right.
school for our shit.
I was going back to the Defense Information School for training on a new job, and
Respect for Mattis.
yeah, respect for Mattis. That's Mad Dog right there.
Hell
so he goes and smokes, because if you're a smoker in the military, that's a sign of assault dog. Like, assault dogs, we just smoke because we're dumb. We want to die faster.
Since I was 15.
And he was at the smoke pit because he's kind of a salt dog, but he wasn't quite catching on like all the drifts. He thought it was all bullshit. Like, and this little Lance Corporal starts telling me, "Oh, I was in the Canadian Special Forces," and I go, "Oh, really? Cool, man. Like, it's like I guess anybody can get into the Canadian Special Forces. I don't know shit about it. Cool, dude." And he's like, "Yeah, I went to Afghanistan. I sniped like 15 people." And later that night, I'm talking to somebody who knows him in common, like one of my Marines. I'm like, "What do you know about this Marine?"
Well,
And
were
I'm
your
like,
bullshit alarms going off?
Yeah, my bullshit alarms are going off, and I'm just like, I don't know anything about this dude, and he's hanging out with the salt dogs, like all the corporals and sergeants coming back for new job training, and like everybody I knew him, like everybody that knew him mutually, they were like, yeah, he speaks in a fake British accent. He claims he's Canadian, but he's American. It was just the wildest thing that this kid would have to like feel the need to lie to just a bunch of pogue-ass corporals and sergeants. Like, we're like, dude, we don't give a fuck. We're here to get a paycheck and like try to have fun. And,
No,
like,
we had a same thing at Dinfos. We had a guy in a lieutenant uniform, Navy lieutenant uniform, claimed to be, I think he claimed to be SEAL. He was like this Asian
that's
dude,
fucking wild.
but he came and like gave us like he gave a fucking speech, like he did the whole thing,
Yeah.
you know, and like we just sat there and listened to him, and no one knew any better. This was like 2003, and the guy started hanging around base. He kept coming back to base and hanging around. And you know, someone eventually like looked his name up, and like it was this dude that washed out of OCS or something, or you know, he was an ensign for like a minute, and like something happened, and he was gone. And they're like, "Yeah, you were never." I don't know if he was claiming boat, you know, brown water, something spectacular. If it wasn't SEAL, it was something. You know, he was in combat. He was in Iraq. He was in Afghanistan. All this bullshit. And you know, and he wore the uniform correct because he'd been in for you know however long the 3 weeks he was in OCS or whatever. But you know, he couldn't let it go, and the fucking story fell apart.
Yeah, and I've known some people that like watched that at boot camp, like in civilian life, that will make up entire stories. And it's kind of sad that they need to do that, because like we can, like as human beings, first and foremost, before we're Marines, before we're sailors, we're human beings. And if you come up to us and you're like, you know, I was medically retired at a boot camp, like we still have a starting point for a connection. Like, it could be like, you don't know everything about the military. That's fine. I don't care. You can know a little bit. We can talk for days about just that little bit that you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. No, we're not mad if somebody wants. Somebody's like, I tried it, it didn't work out for me. Fucking shit.
Of course.
Welcome to life, man. I tried a lot of shit, didn't work out for me too. I'm not fucking mad at somebody.
Yeah,
But anyways, it's like the stolen valor thing is like, you know, it's a two-edged sword. You know, you get stuck on it, like, you know, all these fucking fakers. You know, I ran into the guy in, you know, San Diego who was like QM2 on some ship, but he had all his buddies convinced he was a SEAL and he got kicked out for, you know, the normal skullduggery stories of like why he could no longer be a SEAL.
Yeah.
So he was like a secret
But
former SEAL.
I
And
want it
like,
to be very clear that it doesn't just apply to people claiming like military history. It's just people claiming anything in general. Like,
thanks, man.
There was some time I spent on Fort Meade surrounded by a bunch of like obviously really intelligent people, but like not military types that were in the military, intel community, NSA, what's up? And they would just lie about the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. The shit that it's like, why did you think that story would impress me in the first place, even if it was true? Like, I don't care that you killed your best friend playing D&D in a demonic sacrifice. Like, what the fuck?
That's always the thing. And then there's just those fucking liars, those people who just, you know, you get you quickly figure out they're scam artists, and the people who are just say, you know, they're just habitually just full of shit. You know, I had a guy who just like would talk about like he got drunk and blacked out and flipped over 2 cars and fought off 8 cops. This guy was like 5'10", $185.
That shit I did when I was
And I'm like, okay, bro, on the smoke deck, I believe you. No, but keep talking.
I didn't even believe anybody, like, and another culture difference, I think, is just the emphasis Marines place on values. Honor, courage, commitment.
We have the same values. We stole
They
them.
are Navy
We stole them
values,
from
aren't
you.
they?
Ours used to be like honor, tradition, and something.
honor-
And then we sold the Marines because like we want to be in.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when somebody's bullshit radar goes off in the Marine Corps, and you just know somebody's lying, they become like the worst scum. And like I fixate on it. Honestly, like even to this day as a civilian, I'll be like, I know this guy is just being a liar. And of course I can't do anything about it. I'm a civilian now. Like I'm not gonna go punch this guy out in a bar anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm not stupid
On
Marine.
the last line. Yeah, I had I was at a Clutch show at the Old Masquerade.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mentioned I was Navy. I was talking to a bunch of people outside smoking or whatever. They're like, oh man, our boy used to be a fucking Navy SEAL. So immediately I'm like, oh really? Okay. And like they kind of, and like I'm not trying to engage at all. I'm like, dude, I'm not here getting a fucking confrontation. I'm like waiting for my fucking Uber or whatever. But yeah, like they fucking end up dragging us together and we talk and
I do
I've got,
appreciate
shock and surprise. The guy doesn't want to have a long conversation with a guy who did 20 years in the Navy because
yeah, you're just like, for every second of your military experience, a bullshit radar is going off, a red flag's going off.
he said enough to I know he served in the Navy at some point. He knew enough lingo, but I wasn't going to get into like I was like, hey, what's going on, Helen?
Hello, Helen. I think 4 years was enough. That was enough for me. I think like people should.
Not everyone's tapped out for this shit. What's worse, Navy or Marine boot camp? Oh, fucking Marine boot camp. That's not even close.
Even at its most basic level, like amenities, where we
Not
stay.
even fucking close.
Like, God, black mold. Yeah, I love it. I love breathing black mold.
Someone just donated money. Yeah.
Hey! Thank you.
Appreciate that. Race with David Goggins. Yeah, former SEAL, super marathon runner. They're about to, here's a funny part about that. The Running in Sahara documentary that Matt Damon did, that is our, we have all the file footage for that from my Avid class. Avid's a editing program I'm taking right now. And we have all the footage for that, including David Goggins, like we're going to be using to learn how to edit on this certain program.
Avid editors are awesome.
I'm trying to learn, man.
I've met a few Avid editors, and they blow me away. They really do.
Well,
and they make the most fucking money. And all they do, they'll sit on set, too. Editors sit on set. Making money for doing jack shit, but sitting there waiting for footage at the end of the day.
Dude, assistant editors, guess what we do? What I want to do? You log footage.
Oh.
You don't do the cuts. You know who does the cuts? The fucking editor.
Yeah.
I fucking log it all, and I get paid $50 an hour to do it, because I know how to run Avid.
But on set, people like me, locations.
I'm looking forward to that shit. Trust me.
If you ever want to work in the film industry, here's some jobs not to do. Do not be a production assistant. Do not be a locations manager.
Ooh. Yeah.
That was the worst time of my life. And I only did it for a month, and I was like, yeah, I'm going insane doing this.
All right, take it back. Someone mentioned boot camp. What, you went to North Carolina, correct?
South Carolina.
South
Parris
Carolina,
Island,
sorry.
South Carolina.
Fucking famous Parris Island, the home of the sand fleas, correct?
The sand fleas.
What's Advic?
Avid.
Oh, Avid.
Video editing software.
Yeah, Avid's the name
movies.
Avid's the name of the company. It's a German company. Their program's called Media Composer. It's like Adobe Premiere or Final Cut, any kind of video editing program. They were the originators, and it's still like the standard for film and TV in a lot of places. So I know Premiere very, very well. I learned on Avid. The Navy trained me on Avid. Our DINFOS did.
DINFOS did.
And as soon as I left, we went to Premiere, and I never touched Avid again. So I'm back to the
I'm
beginning.
still hoping Premiere takes over from Avid, because
It's-
as a primary Premiere,
I don't want to get too much into those fucking weeds, but
those are some weeds.
in 1940, good time for 3 miles wearing. 1943 miles wearing boots. How's that sound to you?
Shoot. It doesn't sound too bad, honestly. It's kind of, depending on where you live, it's kind of a little cooler around this time. 7 o'clock is not the hottest time of the day, so go for it. 3 miles, just have your Camelback, like have some water, please.
Wear comfy socks because it's gonna rub you raw otherwise.
Yeah, true.
thick, comfy socks.
Don't wear your silkies. Like, that should be obvious. Don't wear your silkies.
Oh, can I get a picture of what you're wearing,
Oh,
Marine?
shoot. So,
What corpsman did you steal those from, Marine?
interesting story about the corpsman. So my brother was in Navy JROTC,
Let me grab another right here.
and Navy JROTC goes kind of ham. They'll dress you up in full Navy uniforms for everything, for PT just to going to class, and they just have a big badge on their arm that says NJROTC. That's what my brother did. I did it for a little less than he did, but he did it all 4 years. Got plenty of shorts, so now I just have 2 Navy PT shorts that I just wear.
The better story, just say like, I fucked this fucking corpsman at the branch clinic.
Oh,
I stole her shit. I mean, this guy doesn't know how to tell a fucking. Aren't you
So,
a creative?
okay.
Tell us a good story.
You want the real story here? Okay?
What should you wear? What merino wool harkers and wigwam or?
Oh shit! Hold up.
You can't pull it back up.
Um,
Asking some hiking questions.
Some hiking questions. Interesting. If you want to be a true operator and you want to look like a complete dumbass doing it, just go ahead, head to your local
Military surplus store.
Yeah, military surplus store. They only have one kind of boots, and it's not the comfy boots like Danville's. No, it's the fucking most uncomfy looking drill
Camelback.
boots.
You need a Camelback.
You need a Camelback. You can get one at a military surplus store.
You want a
haircut?
marble black or a crush?
Let me get a black.
Yeah. So definitely you need a Camelback. Well, those are socks I wear with a Belvedere 700Rs. That's out of my fucking league. Dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm a nerd. Like, I'm a pogue. Why am I wearing shit like that in everyday life now? I'm not. I don't go on hikes. I'm getting fat, all right? Sorry.
Yeah, he's fucking fat. Yeah.
I hide it with a little shitty goatee.
No, you're like fucking Ellsworth. You're hiding your fucking lack of chin.
Ooh, you are the second person in my life to tell me I have a weak chin. And you know, that's got me feeling some type of way.
Sorry, man. Hide mine under my fucking giant beard.
I was born to be a fat kid, so I don't know
But yeah,
why
you're
I
so
fought for
skinny.
this long.
I was chubby in high school. I lost the weight in boot camp and then spent the rest of my Navy career fighting it off.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw pictures from it. I sincerely hope you didn't, since I removed them from Facebook. Of when I got real fat in the Marine Corps. Like, I came back
Was
from...
it like after you went to Fort Meade?
I went on leave at one point before coming back to Japan, and I had gained about 30 pounds
Of what?
of pure just fat. And it came from nothing but sitting in a room, because it's one of those leaves. We were just like, I gotta take leave or else I'm gonna kill myself type of leaves. And I sat in a room by myself, like my whole family, like trying to interact, and me just going like, oh, I'm too tired, and like sit in my room, drink like 24-pack by myself. I came back with a good 30 pounds on me.
Healthy behavior.
Oh yeah, very healthy and very typical for military people. Don't be afraid to go talk to behavioral health. They don't know everything, but it helps a little bit, gets you through it. I got through 4 years as a paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah, he was whole life. Got through. Didn't even know. When did you find out? Like, did you know before?
I found out last year.
Yeah.
And I've been out of the military for 2 years now.
Purpose of starboard to port, a SEAL within a Marine. No, even more than the pilot.
I didn't read that full comment. I'm gonna be honest,
so-
man. You can't put essays because I won't be able to read it. I'm a Marine. I literally cannot read.
Talk about starboard to port with fucking Marines. It'd be a little. Can I have daddy inside me? Hey, baby. Maybe.
I feel like those are the comments we should
Probably
be,
somebody I know.
We should be
Feather-
engaging with those
Feather
comments.
sprinkle. That's probably my fucking furry ass
baby.
brother.
Hey baby.
Is that you, Billy? You asking me to fist you?
Billy,
Don't be a hero.
you pay me enough and I'll do anything. Yeah.
Come on down. You don't know me. Okay. Anyway. Hey man,
You don't know me, but I know you.
I'm in the. Hey, I'm from the Navy, man. You know, underway, shift preference, all that good fun.
I'm a little famous. I had a video once get 32K on YouTube, so fuck with me.
Let's see. Relative coordinates, right or left, could confuse someone else to no end. Yeah, views, port, starboard, yeah, all that stuff is, if someone doesn't know what they're talking about.
Literally, like beginners at boot camp, you don't even know right from left. They'll be like right, face, and you'll always have that person. Now is that person sometimes. Let's be real.
I knew my right from left at least, but I was like, on my first ship, to always remember it, we were on the left side, and the left side was starboard because we were stars. I may have got that backwards, actually.
Shows how much Marines care about the Navy.
Yeah,
Brothers
their
in
navigation
arms.
is completely different than ours. So like it's
Yeah, we're literally just
but,
right or
but
left.
terms like bulkhead, head,
We
chip.
get an introduction to them. The Georgia boys coming out at me now. We get an introduction. I know scuttlebutt is like rumors or just like shit talk.
Scuttlebutt is either rumors or a water fountain.
And I know,
Because scuttlebutt's the name of the fucking water fountain. Where do you spread rumors? A regular civilian job at the water cooler. So scuttlebutt is the rumor or the fucking water fountain.
yeah. Except these days rumors are spread on Facebook. And it used to be the smoke pit. Remember when people smoked? Now they just vape in their barracks room.
The Navy banned vaping because somebody set a fucking place on fire with his goddamn
Holy shit.
charger. Fucking
See-
idiot. Fucking idiot. Idiots ruin it for everybody.
So
like,
every weekend at Iwakuni, there was a month where every weekend at the 314 building, the fire alarms would go off because some motherfucker fell asleep while they had some shit in the microwave.
yeah.
And like at a certain point, we stopped being pissed.
Oh.
We were just like, another day, another fire alarm, time to walk outside.
Do you remember the steak knife incident? at Iwakuni?
No. What?
Okay, so they were trying to cut down people having like these giant Bowie fucking combat knives in the Iwakuni barracks. It's an air wing barracks in the middle of nowhere, Japan. These guys don't need a fucking Bowie knife, right? So there were like no blades, no sharp implements in the barracks, and some way over fucking motivated staff sergeant who was in charge of barracks because he has nothing else to do in life decided that means steak knives or anything above a fucking butter knife could not be used in the barracks until we got the new command master sergeant.
Okay.
What's his name? The cool dude that came in.
The one that came straight from infantry.
Yeah, and the first thing he got in and he read this was like, what? Are you guys stupid? Like, they can have a goddamn steak knife. Like, what are you doing to these people? They're like putting people on a report for fucking steak knives.
Shit.
And like every once in a while, you get a command master chief or a command master sergeant just fucking clears the bullshit, and those guys are great.
Yeah.
Especially getting a guy from infantry who's like, these guys get enough bullshit. I'm not fucking putting this on them.
And being like, I remember the first time I saw a gun in the barracks. Bakuni in a Pogue unit. But I remember being in Fort Meade where like people don't expect, like Army, they do not do barracks inspections. I remember the first time I saw hard drugs in the barracks. I was like, wow, this is too much.
Oh, there's a fucking story. Jesus.
Oh god, it was.
I don't even
LSD.
remember the first time I saw fucking hard drugs in the military. It was a bit. It was in the A school.
Shit. He's A school. Are you kidding me?
I was in Meridian, man.
I saw
was
it like deep, like when I was about to leave the Marine Corps. Homeboy decided now is the time to show him my LSD collection. He's like, "You want to trip ass?" And I go, "Yeah, I get out in a week." Yes, I want to trip ass. And we watched a Serbian film. Go watch a Serbian film
while tripping on acid.
while
apparently.
tripping on acid. Watch it with somebody else who is also tripping on acid, and primarily watch the person watching. 'Cause that shit is so funny.
I did it in Tokyo in fucking dance clubs. I had a fucking great time. I'll just say that.
LSD in the military, I think, honestly, I saw that fucking movie, and I think you should do a military movie bullshit on it. The fucking Men Who Stare at Goats.
Interesting. What do you guys think? Minister goats? Movie
Clooney,
bullshit.
do they like Ewan McGregor?
Everyone loves fucking George Clooney, I assume.
Yeah, I assume. I don't
I'm actually
know.
doing Arrested Development next for sneak preview for those
Buster.
areas.
Doesn't he get the fuck out of the army?
He loses a hand. But
Oh shit, yeah.
he goes back in the
Wait,
fifth season. He goes back in the fifth season as a drone pilot.
Pilot. Oh, Arrested
I can't-
Development's a good show.
Yeah, I love that show, and you know,
So-
for all the haters who like
So if
like
you're
what do
fucked up,
you pick on these military movies? I'm like, I'm not picking on them. I'm having fun. These are things I like.
one of the greatest military movies of all time. It isn't really even a military movie. It's a sci-fi movie that involves the military. Battle of Los Angeles. They make a couple mistakes, like referring to enlisted personnel as "sir," and
Yes.
of course you don't do that in the military. But other than that,
But they
like
do-
you Navy, why you gotta wear shinies?
Our shinies.
Enlisted motherfuckers. I felt like the biggest idiot. Good morning, sir. And they're just like,
I think
you fucking idiot Marine, look at you. And I'm just like, you look like a colonel. And it's like some 20-year-old.
I think it was 2 weeks out of boot camp in Meridian, and we had a like we were raking leaves in front of like the fucking security place, and this fucking chief in the Coast Guard goes by, and we're just like looking at it like, what the fuck is that? Like he was kind of far away. So like me and the guys, you know, we're sitting there bullshitting, and we look at it as like, what is that? It's like, I don't know, it might be an officer. So, you know, fucking straight out of boot camp, we just sit there and salute. The chief comes up and he's like, oh guys, no, I'm a Coast Guard chief. Don't fucking salute me, ever. He's like, you guys are cool. Like, pats us on the head like good little boys.
I've been
And so he
saluted
goes along
before.
his way.
I've been
I got saluted
before.
so many times on the fucking Iwakuni base, it's not even fucking funny. When
Yeah.
I had, like on Fridays, we had to wear the fucking the peanut butters,
Woo.
Charlie's, whatever.
Yeah. Whoa. Can we tell people on the live stream what the fuck's in that?
Chemicals.
Chemicals. Holy fuck. Fucked up. These chemical companies got me fucked up.
We're having fun out here, guys.
Live clean. Live good.
Oh. People who've served, tell me where you served and where at. What branch and all that good shit. Gonna let John recover here. All right, see, I got 2 viewers.
It's called the Bootin' Rally, my friends. The Bootin' Rally. Welcome back to me. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. 10 viewers, 2 thumbs up. Look at that.
Someone gave $6. Fucking
Is
nice.
it, you got $6. All right. Yep. You see that, YouTube? It's not good for an actor. So I gotta wear these glasses. And it's like nighttime. How pretentious. Barrack's bad. Can we agree? Barrack's bad.
Barracks do suck.
Barrack's bad.
You know what? Living on the ship sucks too.
Living on a ship sucks. Deployments suck. I think the best times to be in the military are when you're able to see your family. That's a fucking truth, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I moved to Memphis, working at recruiting headquarters, also where Bupers is, Bureau of Naval Personnel. So I'm this like former air base in just north of Memphis in Millington, Tennessee. But it was great. It's like Georgia was right there, and I have family over in Arkansas, and I lived right in between them.
Ooh.
And I was on shore duty, so it was like fucking, you know, it was one of those, you know, if I wanted the career to make chief, that was the wrong place to go. But for,
Honestly-
but for like being able to be with my family, like it was the best. So I have no regrets about it.
Thumbs up. Like I joked earlier. I said, recruiting duty isn't actually military duty. Thumbs up. Because I'm like D parts. You got to deal with people like me. I went to jail 2 weeks before I shipped out.
No, I didn't.
Like, joining the Marine Corps and already having an anger issue. Lead through it. And it's sometimes
You got what? You got an RE1, right?
DD-214?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
All the
man.
fucking matters,
Sometimes I forget that I'm out of the military. I've been having dreams lately. And the dream starts off, I'm in high school.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, like, all my military friends start showing up. And my clothes turn into a military uniform. And then suddenly, me and everybody around me, Marine Corps now. And then eventually I leave the Marine Corps and I'm just running around. Like, which is...
Marine or Navy dreams. But lately they've been kind of morphing into just kind of basic travel somewhere to.
Oh, yeah. I had, like, anxiety dreams about, like, deployments going horribly wrong. Like, horribly wrong. I mean, people...
You need to get somewhere right now and you need to go get your fucking uniform correct, but it's like, you know, you get lost in a fucking endless...
Yep.
Like, it's either a ship or an endless barracks room. You're like, where the
Boot
fuck's my
camp
shit?
dreams.
Yeah.
Boot camp dreams are the fucking worst. Boot camp dreams, don't recommend them. Because they're just not even, your brain ain't even nice about it. Your brain's just like, you fucking idiot, like drill instructor mode. For Marines at least.
Yeah, I mean, like, I had them, and it's like, with me, it's always like I'm going back. It's like, my brain's not like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
starting over. It's like,
Oh, there's a certain
oh
point.
no, I have to go back into the service.
Is there a point?
And now I have to go through boot camp again, which is like, almost like at my point in my life is like those dreams are kind of fun. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, but they're fun
What can I
because
fuck up with people in this?
You start figuring out, like, oh, I can just, like, leave the dream or make the dream whatever I want.
Yeah.
So typically, I will, like, make the dream, like, a full thriller production. It's quite fun. And I'll do this for, like, 8 hours. I'm supposed
Going like, you know, like, dude, I did 20 years as like boot camp is like,
to start.
assuming I'm like not out of the shape I am in right now, but you know, assuming I'm in decent shape, like
So what you should
boot
start
camp
doing,
would be like, and my dreams is always like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
in your dream, like, while you're dreaming, start actively trying to participate in your dreams. Like, what I was doing is I was just, like, while I was dreaming, I started thinking, while dreaming, I'm just like, I want to fly out of here. So I just started flying, because I started, like, visualizing, and I just started flying. Like, and I started that when I was, like, a very young child, like, lucid dream. It could just be, like, an 8-hour-long hallucination. You know, shout out to my psychologist. You get paid a quite good amount of money by the military, I assume.
Perhaps all this is a dream.
This could be a dream.
I never know. Anyways, yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Take
pop up
the red pill.
For all I've seen is like we've been stuck on 10 viewers. It should have fluctuated. I should have seen chat here. I have not seen anything, so I don't know if this chat is. I don't know if this live stream's like living, but
It is living. You got 10 likes, or 2 likes.
well, it
10 viewers.
It hasn't moved, so I'm like, I'm thinking it's stuck. And
Nah, timer's
I-
going out.
There's 10 people, and I specifically asked for chat. No one said shit. I think it's fucking broke. So, anyways, I don't know how much this got out to you guys, but I hope you enjoyed it. And that's it. Salty Seaman out. Peace, bitches.
Weird.